Hello children, today's sound that we're looking at today is this one. Oh, it looks like a long sound. 4 letters, 1 sound. My turn, your turn. Shun. 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 Brilliant. So a T-I-O-N makes the shun sound. It sounds like there should be a sh there, but there's not. T-I-O-N makes shun. Okay, and the rhyme that goes with it, my turn, your turn, it's a celebration. Your turn. My turn, it's a celebration. Your turn. My turn, it's a celebration. Your turn. Good. And you heard that word there, celebration. Shun. It's got that T-I-O-N at the end of the word. Well done. Okay, so we're going to play a game like we usually do. I'm going to hide this card behind my back, and if I show you this side, I want you to say the rhyme, which is it's a celebration. If I show you this side, I want you to say the sound, which is shun. Okay, let's get going. It's a celebration. Shun. 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 It's a celebration. Shun. Well done. And we know it's a celebration because this man has got his fancy clothes on, a hat, and it looks like he's got his trumpet ready to play a little tune for a celebration. Brilliant. Okay, let's hide this sound in our pack of sounds that we know. Wow, so many. And we're going to hunt for it. Okay, so when you see our sound for today, which is shun, you're going to point so I can see that you have spotted it. When I go like this, it's your turn to say it, okay? Ooh. Aya. Well, it looks like an e, but the rhyme that goes with it is he, we, she, me, be. So it makes like an e sound. Shus and shus. Ear. Shun. Oh, you spotted the sound. Let's hide it again. Okay. Your. A, ow, same sound, different spelling. Shun, there it is. Let's hide it again. Okay. Oi, I, 3 letters, 1 sound. Ooh. Shun. One last go at hiding it. Ooh. E. A. O. O. A, these are split digraphs. I, Mrs Kirby's favourite. E. Shun. Well done. What a good recap there. Brilliant. We're going to do some Fred talk now. Okay. Now, this sound is often in words that are longer. So we have to use a different skill when we're reading some of these words, okay? We can still use Fred Talk to help us sound them out, but when you are looking at the whole word, we have to chunk the word up into different syllables, we call it, okay? So a syllable is the beat of the word, okay? And that helps us to be able to read longer, tricky words when you're reading books, okay? I'm going to show you an example of one now. So this word looks really long. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters. Some of you might not have even read a word that is that long before, but we can do it. So it's still got its sound buttons on. So we've got t, r, a, d, I, and then shun, okay, which is our sound for today. So it's still got our sound buttons on, but can you see that it's got these grey lines on? Can you see that? Tradition. They're the syllables, because tradition has got 3 beats to it. Tradition. So it's got 3 syllables. Tradition. And again, tradition. We call this something posh. Okay? It's called a multi-syllabic word. Okay? Now, where these lines are help us to cover up bits of the word and chunk the word so it's easier to read. So we're going to focus on this chunk first. T, r, a, d, t, r, a, d. 4 sounds. T, r, a, d. Trad. Then we've got this one on its own. I. So we've got trad, trad, I. So now we've looked at one chunk, we can add another chunk on. Trad, trad. Then we've got the last chunk, which is our sound for today, which is shun. Okay, so let's look at the first chunk again. We got tradition. One more time. Tradition. Bit quicker. Tradition. Tradition. Tradition is a word for when you do something special to mark some sort of special event or special time or special occasion. Okay, so you might have a birthday tradition, which is something special you do in your house to celebrate somebody's birthday. In my house, we always put up special birthday banners and balloons on somebody's birthday. That's our birthday tradition, to show that it's a special day. Okay, so that's how we look at the chunks of a longer word to help us read longer words. We can always use Fred fingers, but when a word has got lots of sounds in it and we're counting sounds on both hands, it can sometimes make it trickier to remember the first sound once you've got to the end. So we break it up into chunks like we just did then, into the syllables. Tradition. Okay, let's get Fred. Let's see if we can impress him today with our green words. Fred, are you awake? Fred, are you awake? Oh, you know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to wake up Fred. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Wake up, Fred! Oh my goodness me! He went for a huge jump across the room today. Okay, he said he's ready for us. He said he needed an extra couple of seconds to deal with the tricky words that we're going to do today. Is that right, Fred? He said yes. Okay, so remember, these are longer words. They're going to have more sounds in them. But when we read them, I'll show you the chunks. So first of all, we're just going to count the sounds on our fingers. And usually I'd then push my hand forward and you'd blend them together. But that's going to be much trickier today because the words are longer. So we're going to count the sounds on our fingers to check that we're happy with them. And then we're going to do that chunking like I showed you a minute ago. We're going to split the words up into its syllables, its beats, okay? Fred said he's going to take a seat on my lap for this one today because he knows it's going to be hard. Okay, Fred, what are the first sounds that I need? Okay, I've got it, Fred. Get your fingers ready. Let's warm them up. Let's wiggle them. We need both today, both hands, okay? Wiggle them in the air. Wiggle them down below. And then we're going to do like a little wave with our fingers. Are we ready? And hold them both like this. Okay. K, a, n, v, s, a, shun. Wow! 8 sounds in that one. You might not remember them to blend it together because it's a longer word, which is why we need to break it into chunks. Let's have a go one more time. K, a, n, con. Okay, that's the first bit. V, s, v, s, v, s, verse. So we've got con, verse, a, conversation, and the last one is shun. Okay, let's look at it. So let's look at the first chunk. Cotton, con. Okay, let's look at the next chunk. Verse, okay. This is making an A sound in this word, even though it's an A on its own. So that's A. And then the last one is our sound for today, shun. Okay, let's build it up. Cotton, con, verse, converse, A, conversation, conversation, conversation. Well done. This word has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 letters. We've just read a 12-letter word. Whoa, you should be so proud of yourself. Conversation. A conversation is when I'm talking and somebody else is talking and we take it in turns to talk to each other. That's called a conversation. You're chatting to each other, it's a conversation. Ooh, don't we sound fancy? Okay. Okay, we're going to have a go at this one. Get your Fred fingers ready. My goodness, Fred, this word is long. Okay, we've got the sounds, Fred. We're going to help you blend them together, don't worry. Okay, first sound is s, e, l, s, e, l, s, e, l, sell. Okay. Then we've got e, s, e, l, e, s, e, l, e, selly, selly. And then the next three sounds are b, r, a, b, r, a, s, e, l, e, b, r, a. Okay, and the last sound is sh. Whoa, 8 sounds in this word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sounds in this one. Okay, let's have a look at it. Now you might notice that I said s, e, l, and that's a k. That's because that k is making a s sound. I call it a soft C. Okay, so s, e, l, sell. Then this is making an E. Sell, E. B, r, A is that is making B, r, A, bray. Sell, E, bray, tion. Celebration, celebration. Have a go at blending it together. Celebration, celebration, celebration. Well done. Whoa, you've read another really long word. A celebration is when something special happens. Some of you might have a religious celebration. Some of you might have a celebration if it's your birthday. Some of you might just have a celebration if something lovely happens, like if mummy or daddy have got a new job, or an older brother or sister does really well at school, or if you do really well at school, you might have a celebration. Well done. Can you see our sound for today at the end? Shun. Good. Okay, another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 letters in this word. So it's not our longest one, but it's still tricky. Okay, go on, go for it, Fred. You tell me the sounds. Come on then, Fred, let's have a go. Okay, count the sounds with me. A, t, e, n. A, t, e, n. Shun. A, t, e, n. Shun. Okay, this one's a little bit easier. Let's look at the first syllable, the first chunk. A, t, e, n, t, e, n, t, e, n. Try and blend that together. T, e, n. 10. A, 10. Last chunk. Our sound for today. Can you tell me what it is? Shun. Okay. A, 10, shun. A, 10, shun. One more time. When I push it forward, you're going to blend the syllables together. Attention, attention. Attention. Well done. So attention is what a soldier might say if they're doing their soldier marching, and then they'd say attention, which means they then kind of do a little salute on their head. It means that they're focused. Okay, you might hear somebody in school say, oh, you must pay attention, and that means you must stay focused, you must be looking and listening. Okay, brilliant. Whoa, look at these long words that you have read today. Are you ready for this? Attention, celebration, conversation. Let's try that again a little bit quicker. Can you remember this one? Conversation, celebration, celebration, attention, attention. So we did count the sounds with Fred. We did blend our sounds together, but we looked at the different chunks of the word, the syllables. The syllables are the beat of the word. So that's how you read longer words, okay? Now, usually we do some early on words, but today we've practiced a different skill. We've practiced using the syllables in our words to help us read longer words, okay? So in a minute, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, pause. And when I ask you to pause, I still want you to put your sound buttons on your green words, okay? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 green words here. But you'll notice they're much longer words. And shun is always at the end of the words, okay? Now, where I've put the lines on the words are where those syllables are, the beats of the word, okay? So I still want you to put your sound buttons on, but then I want you to have a go at reading the words by looking at the different chunks of the word, okay? So let me show you the first one. So we've had a go at reading this word. We had a, t and a t together make our special friends, so they make a sound together. Want, at, n, and then we've got shun, attention. Okay, so you would have a go at putting the sound buttons on and then looking at each chunk. So you'd look at a, then you look at t, n, ten, and then our sound for today, shun, attention. Okay, so I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, pause, and I want you to have a go at that now. 3, 2, 1, pause. Well, I hope you had a go because that was tricky. Let's have a look at our red words today, okay? So this first word says people. It looks like it says people, but we know the rules about red words. We know that you can't, yes, that's right, you can't Fred a red, okay? So the p is making the right sound. Then this bit in the middle is making an e sound. People, and that's making an l sound on its own. People, okay? This word, do you know what this word says? It says great. This means great as in you've done a great job. So it's another word for good. Not great as in I like to grate the cheese. That's spelt differently, okay? G is making the right sound. Is making the right sound. Then this looks like it's going to be E cup of tea. Greet. But it doesn't. It makes an A sound. Great. Okay. Let's look at the next one. A. B. Okay. A. B. Of. This R is making an sound. Above. It's making an sound. Sorry. Above. Not an sound. An sound. Above. Okay. And the V and the E make a V sound together. Above. That means when something's up a bit higher. Okay. Now this word, you might be able to spot a word inside it. Do you know that one? O-N-E, O-N-E, makes the red word one. Okay. And then before it, we've got E, one. Okay. So that here is making an E sound. Every. And then we know one, everyone. That means a lot of people together. Okay, I might have to get down here for this one. Similar thing. Can you see the word hidden inside here? One again. This time we've got s, Okay, so this is making an sound. Some. And then we've got one. That in one actually makes a w sound. Oh! My brain is aching. And then the last word we've got is I. And this and the y together are making an I sound. Now you already know the word by, but you know it's spelled like this, a b and a y. This by means next to. I'd like to sit by you. The shop is by my house. That means it's next to it or near it. This by, b or y, means when you're paying for something and you're getting something, you're buying it. I'd like to buy a banana, please. I'd use this one. Okay, so let's have one more go at reading these words. They're a bit tricky. Can you remember this one? Not people. People. Not greet. Great. Above. Lots of people. Everyone. Someone. Buy, but this means buy, paying for something. You have worked so hard today. Look at the long words you have read. You are amazing. I'll see you later. Bye.